Did he actually just die, or did somebody else from City Slickers die?
Nobody died. No.
Somebody else just brought up City Slickers on Facebook. Just like, I ain't never watched City Slickers.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Well,
we're up.
Oh, are we on?
We've been on.
Have we been recording this whole time? Now all of America know I ain't seen City Slickers.
Or City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold.
Well, shit. Is it a treasure hunting film?
Oh, the second one. Yeah, they're City Slickers. They're out.
City Slickers? Yeah, I thought it was a mob movie.
It's kind of like Deliverance in the sense that they're like, but like not with the other stuff that happens in Deliverance.
How interesting. I'm not really getting what the grasp of City Slickers
Go watch
is.
it. It's on.
I thought it. No, all the time I thought it was a mob movie, and then you said something about
the mob
hunt.
movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a mob movie, and then you said the hunt for Curly's gold. I was like, wait a minute, what?
The search for They did
The
something.
search, the search for Curly's gold, and then you said something else that really just took it in a whole other direction. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is
the
going on
premise
with
is it's about like people who are sent from the city who go into the wilderness.
Oh, so they in the, okay, now I get
But
the
they're in
delivery. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm like, are they walking down some like alley at night? And someone's like, I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig. I'm just like, what?
Nope.
You know there's only one thing people think about when they think of Deliverance.
Yeah, the banjos.
There's only one thing.
The dueling banjos.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And everything that ensues and follows after that. So I'm thinking that when you said
the majestic
was like Deliverance, I was like,
the
majestic
majestic scenery of the Appalachian Nation.
What year did City Slickers came out?
Oh God, 80 something.
Where in the wilderness were they? Were they like Montana wilderness?
They're in the West.
So they was in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Say that. Say that was in the desert, child. You say the wilderness, I'm thinking there's gonna be some forest and some trees and some shit. That's the wilderness. I guess the desert is also the wilderness.
All the wilderness.
Yeah, but that's not the cute wilderness. We done talked about this. All
right, well, I'm Ryan O'Toole.
I'm Bobby Slee. And I still ain't seen Slitty Slickers. Ooh.
Shitty Slickers. Shitty Slicker. Jobin.
Jobin. Shitty Slickers. Oh my!
This is Watch Hard.
Yes. Hi America, it's Watch Hard. Welcome back. Absolutely. What year did that movie? See, now my mind is just gonna be thinking. We had a whole show planned today, but now my mind's on Slitty Slickers. What year did that movie come out?
We'll watch Shitty Slickers.
Just tell me what year it came out.
Oh,
you don't know. Never mind.
Like 80.
Okay, bye. We'll move on.
It's like 86.
86?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. I got a phone here. You distract the crowd.
Okay.
Real fast.
Ciao.
I'm gonna do it.
I was just say, wait a minute. Was Kevin Bacon in it?
No.
Okay. I remember there was a movie with Kevin Bacon, and he's like in the woods with some kids from the city.
Oh, City Slickers was 91.
One of them.
God, is that?
And they all hate him because he's evil.
Curly's Gold was 94.
Oh, okay. Something with Kevin Bacon playing the bad guy because it's Kevin Bacon.
He plays the bad guy in a lot of movies. Hollow Man.
He does. He plays the bad guy.
X-Men First Class.
That's because he handsome.
Footloose.
He
I sided with the town there. They shouldn't have been allowed to dance.
What has dancing ever done to you?
Apparently killed those kids. Not the drinking and driving. It was the dancing that did it.
It was the dancing that did it. I understand shit. Some of that dancing.
They weren't leaving room for Jesus in their dancing.
I hate it when people say that. I couldn't understand. It's like, why would you say that in this situation? You know what these little horny ass teenagers are thinking about. Why are you bringing up Jesus?
To calm them down.
That's not going to help.
What? Why not?
Because now I feel horny and ashamed.
Oh,
It's just going to make you more horny. It's always more arousing when it's like something you can't do. Like, ooh, I'm gonna be quiet. God damn it!
So, anyways, what movies you
thinking
seen
back
recently?
to my high school. I ran into my prom date.
That's nice.
I did. I was very surprised. I did not recognize her at all.
Did she recognize you?
She recognized me, honey. She looked at my chart. She was like, is that Isaiah? I was like, yes. She's like, is that my Isaiah? I was like, who are you? She's like, it's your prom date. I was like, oh my gosh. Ciao. Our dances used to be fun back in the 90s, kind of early 2000s. We used to do fun stuff because there was actual dances that we did. We had like the Harlem Shake.
I don't know how their dances are probably fun.
Have you been to them? No, but I don't know what kind of dances they doing. Yeah, like these kids do. No, because they do all their dances online. So you see all their dances, and I'm like, but how you do the new Running Man with like another I don't know. I don't know how that works out.
Our parents probably thought the same thing about us.
Yeah, probably. It ain't for us. You right. You right.
I was like, are you at the proms watching this?
Absolutely. No, I'm not at the.
Who are these kids out dancing very good?
What kind of dancing y'all doing? I don't get it.
Sir, will you please leave?
All right, bye.
Get the hell out of here.
No. Let's go into our first subject. Show me the movie.
What movie did you see?
I was going to say yes. Talking about movies. We've seen some good stuff. We've seen some good stuff. We've seen some interesting stuff. We rewatched one of my favorite movies.
I fell asleep. I was
You
tired.
did. You fell asleep. I love Molly Shannon. I'm always here for some Molly Shannon. You know, that's the homegirl. She was kind of the Kristen Wiig,
kind of
like of her time,
but never
with
quite
that
caught
cast.
on as much.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, she did a lot of movies. She had that. She had Never Been Kissed. She was in,
Yeah, but always like supporting roles. Kristen Wiig got the like.
Well, she was the lead in Superstar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that was when SNL's movies weren't really making a lot of money. Superstar,
True.
Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, she was in Night at the Roxbury, which is like one of my favorites.
That movie did not do well,
Emilio!
critically or commercially.
Yeah. It was a very silly movie.
It was.
It was a very, very silly movie. And they had some big names for it.
But
Her, Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan.
Yeah,
They
they
used
were all-
a lot of their star cast for
Yeah.
it. Now, it's not like they used backed up members, but the movie was like the overall tone was like a level of silliness that like you were only gonna really hit it with like a high school crowd for that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't nobody gonna take that movie seriously, but I loved it. Shit, my little 11-year-old ass. Emilio! Every time I see my cousin, because that's her favorite movie too, I would just be like, Emilio! Hey, Jasmine.
we also saw Scream.
We did. We watched fucking Scream. We finally watched the new Scream.
Scream 5, technically.
Yeah,
Like it
Scream
technically.
5. Absolutely. I loved it.
I loved it too.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There was some there were some things I was like, it could have been better, but overall it was solid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, one of the things I liked about it is we've seen this so many times with a lot of the rehashing of like stuff that from yesteryear. We've reached that point where the 90s is old enough for them to be like, yeah, let's redo that shit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like fails in that. We saw that with Scream 4. Scream 4 was an obvious example of like them trying to update some shit. And Scream 5.
Scream 4, actually Scream 4, you know, it had its flaws, but I still think it's better than Scream 2.
I don't even remember much of
Scream 2 wasn't
7
great.
on the college campus.
I didn't care for Scream 2. Scream 2 is my least favorite.
Yeah.
If I had to rank them now, Scream,
Okay.
then Scream,
Okay.
then Scream 3,
Mm-hmm.
then Scream 4, then 2.
Okay. I would say if I had to rank them, I'm always going to put Scream 3 as like my favorite because it was the first one that I actually saw.
Yeah.
And even as a child, I remember watching that movie. It was like, they telling on some people in Hollywood. Because when you in LA, you grow up around the business. We all know about the red couch.
Yep.
You know, that's just something you grow up with in LA culture. And I was looking at this movie and all the stuff they were going over with Sydney's mother, Maureen Prescott, and all of the fucking like sexual harassment and assault that she kind of went through in early Hollywood. I was like, y'all telling on some people. This is the goddamn Harvey Weinstein story before the Harvey Weinstein, you know?
Produced by Harvey Weinstein.
Produced by, right?
It was.
Somebody telling some shit. Somebody on that script was telling the business. I love how meta all the Screams are. I love it. 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 But I would rank it that one. I'd probably put Scream 5 and Scream 1 in the same tier. I really liked it. I enjoyed the revamp.
Oh, one is so good.
They did. One is really good.
One's the best
It is
one.
really
It's not
good.
even
But I
close.
didn't see that till I got to college.
I know. How did you miss that?
They
I
would
watched
never
that
play it on TV.
I got rented from the
Yeah.
VHS store.
Even when like USA or TNT would do like a horror movie marathon, they would always show Scream 2 and Scream 3, but not Scream 1. And I never understood that.
You don't want to watch horror movies on any of those channels.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
censor all the best parts.
Well, I was a kid, so. And those are the parts. They would always make it like ever so slightly less scary because it would go to commercial break when it would like build up and it would be like, oh yes, I can take a break.
Well,
I'm
they'd
outside.
also censor all the violence and the nudity. Actually, what's
Yeah.
funny is they actually really wouldn't censor the violence. That's what always weirds me out. Like
America.
Did you ever see?
Yeah. If we had been in Europe, it would have been the exact opposite. Like
Like-
all the raunchy shit would have been
like,
like,
I caught-
but all the violent shit
I
would have
caught
been like,
Last
no, we
Blood,
can't
the
show
new
that.
Rambo, like the
Uh-huh.
last Rambo on Sci-Fi,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, you, and then like literally eviscerated him. But they showed the whole evisceration.
Look, you watch Gladiator on TBS and nobody dies.
No, they don't.
It's so amazing.
TBS has always been notorious for censorship.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, going back to the days of WCW wrestling, they couldn't even call, like, when someone brought in, like, let's say, a folding chair to hit his opponent, they couldn't call it a foreign object. They had to call it an international object.
Damn, TBS doing the most. Doing the most.
Yeah. There are real things you couldn't say certain things.
Okay.
It's an international object because they thought foreign had like a negative connotation.
Absolutely. TBS. They're not the only ones who do it, but I think they're probably the most obvious of situations. Like, well, like y'all even making like USA look like HBO.
Also, you also need 4 hours to watch an hour and a half movie.
True, very.
Because you're going to see about 40 trailers for Tide.
Yeah.
Tide gets out all the stains.
All the stains. Like an 8-minute long commercial.
Yeah, and they're the same batch of commercials.
It's the same batch of commercial. This is why people don't do cable no more. This is why people have backed away from cable. Y'all have gotten way too far with the goddamn
Streaming's
commercial.
coming. Dude, I saw it.
Yeah,
as I said,
exactly.
I was watching The Boys a couple of months ago, and I had a trailer for The Boys before The Boys started playing.
Exactly.
It's
God, I wish that was a period piece. I really, really just wish it was a period piece. That's the only thing the only thing that doesn't work for me for that movie is that the politics and the situations that they're facing on, which are based on like early 2000 shit, that shit just wouldn't happen today. We live in an advanced time of camera phones. I'm sorry. If, what's his name? If Homelander was sitting up there blowing up a plane and a little kid's on the plane, the first thing the little kid's gonna do when he see him is like pull out his phone, go on whatever, Twitter, Facebook Live, blah, 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 blah. Video recorders like, oh my God, Daddy, it's Homelander, blah, 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 blah. There's certain situations, time has changed, technology has changed. So while I really like the show, the politics and the technology and the stuff that they're doing for the era of it, it's very 2006, but they're put it in 2019. And I'm just like, this isn't fitting. It's just not. The glove don't fit. You must have quit. Put it back during the Bush years. Put it back during the Bush years.
I think that's when Garth Ennis wrote it.
Yeah.
Those comics are dark.
Exactly.
Those comics are way darker.
Well, I was going to say, it bleeds through. He was talking about a lot of the stuff that America was going on at the time, a lot of the anti-Muslim sentiments, a lot of the terrorism shit, but also a lot of the fucked up shit that we were doing in the Middle East, which is very poignant.
That's why his name's Homelander.
Exactly. That's why his name is Homelander, because everybody knew fucking, like, didn't nobody really talk about Homeland Security before, but we was always talking about it in then because we were worried about terrorist attacks and anthrax coming to your door and level orange alert today. And I was in Northern California, and that's when I became familiar with the series. It really kind of took me back to that high school time, because I remember being in NorCal and like almost every month there would be a call like, oh, they're going to bomb the Golden Gate Bridge, so we have to stay home from school. No, they weren't, but that was the kind of shit that was the kind of propaganda and shit that was put out. So people would be like, yay, we're in war in Iraq. Who did nothing to us, at least. Not that they ain't fucked up, but...
Yeah, he did a lot of bad shit.
Exactly. Well, Saddam Hussein kept the Middle East in line.
Well, because once you kill anyone who's like ahead of power, it creates a power back.
Exactly.
We've seen that time and time again.
Yes, absolutely. But that's my only problem with that series. But yeah, I'm sorry. I went on that tangent about commercials.
You sure did.
It's getting to the point where they're like, if you have a 30-minute slot, it's maybe 18 to 21 minutes of show, and the rest is all fucking commercial.
Well, they speed up certain shows.
Yeah.
To get more commercials.
They speed up and they cut out certain clips. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But what movie do we see in theaters?
I was going to say, there's another movie that we watched.
We saw it in theaters.
I was going to say, we'll get to that one, but the last thing I want to talk about Free Guy.
Oh, it was fine.
You liked it.
It was fine.
You really enjoyed it.
It was fine.
Yeah. You liked it. Whatever. I liked it because I was sitting up there watching it, and I can't remember it, because remember we did the episode about the Truman Show.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of talk about it to compare and contrast to, because it kind of very much is like an updated version of the Truman Show. It kind of deals with some of the same psychological shit that's going on. Like, he's trapped in this world, but he doesn't know that it's a play world, but everybody else kind of does. And just going through those emotions with him of figuring out like, oh shit, this is all fake, but still having to put some shit together. Yeah. I liked it. It was cool. Amazing. Exactly. You liked it.
I did. I didn't say I didn't like it.
Okay. It was okay.
It was. It was
Okay.
good.
You liked it. Shut up. Anyways.
Was I supposed to be like, it's the best thing?
No, because you just want to get to what we saw in theaters.
Well,
so
we have a finite amount of time.
We got plenty of time. We done only been here for like 5 minutes.
Is that what that clock says? Is that what that?
That's what the clock say. That's what the clock
5 minutes, huh?
We done only been here for 5 minutes, y'all.
We were talking about
and
freaking.
I ain't sweating at all yet.
We were talking about City Slickers for 10, so I really doubt we were here for 5.
I didn't know we was filming when we first started talking about City Slicker shit. Oops.
But anyways, we saw the Batman.
We saw the Batman. Batman! Oops. I'm sorry, my bad. This is why we can't have toys on the table.
Oh, can't have a nice things, period.
Exactly. Oops.
I thought the Batman had some really great points and some real negatives.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it.
Absolutely, same. I was kind of going through the motions of that while we were in the theater, and I was like, this is a very hard one for me. I can't really like center my opinion on this because there's so much here that I really, really enjoy, and there's so much that I've just felt like could have easily been improved on.
Okay, I'll start with things I liked.
Yes.
Casting.
Casting is amazing. The casting is bad. I at some point I'm gonna have to eat. Nope, gone because I'm gonna do it myself because I did it to myself.
Okay.
I have to eat the biggest bowl of crow right now because I have been shitting on Paul Dano for so many fucking years. It's been about what 12, 15 years, something like that, since I've been shitting on Paul Dano since There Will Be Blood, and he was. Literally, the casting was strong across the board. I loved every single person who was casted for every single role. And I love where they took their characters. But Paul Dano outshined. He was the star. His monologue at the end, I was just like sitting in my seat and I was living for every inch of his dialogue and everything that he gave to the character. I was like, I understand now why Paul Dano is an actor because I couldn't see that shit before. He was very one note for a lot of the stuff that he was decent in. You know, this one, he really kind of took it to a dark place and just like really gave it. And I'm just like, yes, Paul Dano. I got to eat crow and I got to clap because I got to give credit where credit is due. That was the best version of the Riddler I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because Jim Carrey's, just chewing the scenery.
Absolutely.
They just gave Jim Carrey a bunch of money to be Jim Carrey because that was the height of his career.
Yeah.
And they really wanted to make sure they made it kid-friendly to sell all those toys.
That part.
They said, Jordan, make it sell toys.
We ain't running into the Batman Return shit.
Nope.
We want toys, all the toys.
Neon
toys
lights and all this
sold.
some bitch.
Exactly. But keep on going back on things you like. Because, yes, the casting was amazing.
Pattinson was great. Kravitz was great.
Absolutely.
Andy Serkis was great.
Yes.
Jeffrey Wright was great.
Amazing. I loved his Captain Gordo. Gordo. I know, right? I can't talk no more. I love his Captain Gordo.
The cast, the setting, I'll tell you this, Reese did an amazing job.
Yes.
With the whole, just atmosphere he built, the tone.
Absolutely.
Everything worked in that sense.
Absolutely.
Some of the things I didn't care for, some of the dialogue went on quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
And then it felt like there were certain things missing. Yeah. Like the especially scenes between Alfred and Bruce. There was definitely something.
Exactly. You needed more of that backstory and that familial connection. Just a little bit more. A couple of more scenes with them together.
Yeah, I feel like there were some scenes they could have tweaked. Some scenes they could have cut shorter. Some, it just
absolutely.
There was definitely some parts of the plot that we won't. I think that. As again, we talked about this, I think Batman should have killed some people.
Batman absolutely should have killed some people.
And then we talk about this will be a spoiler, and I don't give a shit.
Spoiler alert! If you ain't seen the movie, turn our episode off. Go watch something the fuck else because we get into some shit.
My least favorite part of the whole thing was when Joker was talking to Riddler.
Absolutely. And you know what? I was sitting in the theater, having those same exact thoughts. Number one. This should have been more violent. We should have gotten to see Batman killing this. I know you guys have been trying to establish since the 80s, Batman doesn't kill. This man saw his parents murdered in front of him.
Yeah.
That's going to lead to some volatile situations. It's going to lead to some issues with self-control. And that scene where he's at the end with the Riddler's henchman.
Yeah.
And he takes off his mask and Batman says to him, "Who are you?" And he says, "I am vengeance." And there's supposed to be that moment where Batman realizes what he's inspired.
Yes.
It would have made so much more sense if that moment was the catalyst for, now we know why Batman doesn't kill.
Yes.
Because he tried it early on
and it
caused more fucking problems.
And what's funny though about the scene with the Joker and the Riddler, which definitely sets up because they love like the Joker's got
exactly.
I will actually like it if they go with the storyline that I don't think they'll ever touch in the movies, and it's a storyline called the War of Jokes and Riddles, and it's where the Riddler and the Joker team up, and decide that they like figure out Batman, they're gonna be able to kill like a fucked up Batman. Like he's like, he can't. But then because they can't decide, they go to war with each other.
Yeah.
And it causes like a war between the villains while Batman's like on the sidelines. They would never do that.
But it would be amazing.
But that'd be a really cool way to change the Batman universe.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the kind of things that Warner Brothers should be going for. And we've talked about this so many times. They keep trying to lock up this family market.
It's not. That was
Fuck
not. That movie was not for children.
That movie wasn't for children. So already give us the rated R
As
shit.
a kid, I would have been bored as shit.
Absolutely.
That was not a fun.
That was not a children's movie.
No,
so
it should've
why
been
not
rated R.
already just go there? Go rated R. You know?
They're afraid.
Fuck Disney and they Marvel
Yeah.
shit. I love
And we
some
talked
of,
about you could have two different Batmans going.
You could have two
You could have
different
a
Batmans.
DCU Batman
exactly.
and a Batman.
Justice League Batman.
No, DCU's Justice.
Exactly. Yeah, you throw Batman in with the Justice League, and that could be one that could still be fucking Ben Affleck. I wasn't really tripping that much on that part. But then have this dark, brooding, the Batman. Keep it with Catwoman. It's only Batman's villains.
Yeah.
And have it set up the way you have it set up here.
Yeah, and no other heroes. Like make it. He's a standalone thing. There's no Superman. None of that. Just Batman.
No, we don't need to hear shit about Metropolis and none of that. Just Batman and his villains. A separate rated R series.
I agree. I think
100%. And you know what? So I absolutely agree. I felt like that last scene with Joker was very superfluous.
Yes.
But one thing I will say that I did enjoy about the film,
Colin Farrell.
Ciao. I didn't even know that was Colin Farrell because I knew Colin Farrell was in the movie because I heard he had been cast in the movie, but I didn't really particularly.
He was great.
Yeah, because I was just so hell bent on like y'all better get Catwoman right, like, and I was so excited when I found out they casted Zoe Kravitz because she's just perfect. She gives that good Eartha Kitt and Michelle Pfeiffer energy, which is my two favorite.
She was very sultry.
Very
sultry.
Exactly. I loved every single part of it. You pointed out something to me that I didn't even know. She kisses him in every.
Yeah, she does. He does. He's actually he's very emotionally damaged.
Very.
He doesn't really know how to interact with people.
Absolutely.
He's not.
Absolutely.
He's not suave.
And I love that.
I do
love
too.
That. I've always said Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie, but my favorite Bruce Wayne Batman is Val Kilmer because he added that element of trauma to his
This
character.
is my favorite Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, this is hands down my favorite Bruce
because he's a
Wayne.
recluse.
Exactly.
So no one suspects him being Batman because they just assume he's some crazy billionaire recluse.
Absolutely. Something else I had to eat crow on. Because when I found out, and I never had anything against Robert Pattinson. I thought I thought him and Case do fit their parts well in Twilight, and I know that's what a lot of people were upset about. My thing is, I kind of wanted them to go a little bit of a different direction with Bruce Wayne. They announced that they wanted Michael B. Jordan to play Superman, and I thought that was kind of stupid. Superman always needs to be a farmer boy from Kansas. He's a basic ass bitch. Like, that's fine. But with Bruce Wayne, you really could kind of go outside the box for his character. And I kind of was like, why not cast Michael B. Jordan? Especially because it was coming off of those Creed movies where he was really kind of giving a lot of his, kind of dark emotions, like trauma.
I didn't see Creed 2, so I don't really know.
I didn't see Creed 2, but Creed 1 was strong enough for me to be like,
it
was around that time we saw Creed 1 that they announced Robert Pattinson was going to be. It was like, why not just go with Michael B. Jordan?
He did a really good job.
But so like, while I had no issues with his acting style, because I love him, I didn't see him in that role. I am totally like, yes, I was fucking wrong about that because he is now my favorite Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's great.
What he gave to that part. And just, there's something about the movie that I feel like it drew elements and inspiration.
It did.
There was elements in there from the 90s cartoon Batman, from Tim Burton's Batmans, from Christopher
Dude, from
Nolan's
Gotham.
Batmans,
I know
from
Gotham.
Exactly. And
An underrated show.
Yes.
It's not good, but it's good.
It's like dark and campy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I've always said it's like if
Goth camp.
It's like if Christopher Nolan's Batman in the Adam West
Batman
had a baby.
Exactly.
With Tim Burton maybe been in there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I was like, this is a weird mix.
Exactly.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
It does. It absolutely does. Truth be told, I would have liked them to have left that Joker scene out because there's a scene in the movie where Bruce Wayne is going to the funeral. Mm-hmm. And there's like a random homeless guy and he's talking about rich people and how much he hates rich people. And he says to Bruce Wayne, he got what he fucking deserved. Mm-hmm. And I was here for it because I was looking for tie-ins from this movie to that Joker.
To that Joker.
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix. And that is exactly what the guy says that's kind of like the theme of how like everything like falls apart at the end for the Joker. Not for the Joker, but for society in the Joker movie. Rich people like are getting attacked because they're like, you get what you fucking deserve. And that's what the guy said when he killed the Waynes. So I was looking for that tie-in. I was like, yes, there it is. So I was like so sure they were gonna go with that, with Joaquin Phoenix being the Joker of this series, but it not being revealed for like a very, very, very long time. Like we're just gonna get that snippet. Because I just knew the next one we're just gonna go more into Penguin, Victor Freeze, you know, get those villains out. But it would be
because there's a lot of villains they don't ever do.
There's so many. They ain't never did Bane right.
No, they've never done Bane right. Even though Tom Hardy was like, I like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
But Tom Hardy's not from Argentina.
Hardy. No, he's not from Argentina. Because
that's where Bane is from.
Exactly.
Why do they have such a hard time with that?
He's an Argentinian wrestler. And he's a big dude.
And he's wicked smart.
He's brilliant.
He figures out Batman is Batman.
Absolutely.
That's when he breaks the bat.
He breaks the goddamn bat.
Nice
Yeah, there's so much that they can go with it. It's just, and that's why I'm just, while I truly enjoyed like sitting down and watching this movie and analyzing the movie, this is something I would definitely like if I were going to do, you know, a barber type film analysis class. I would focus on this for comic book adaptations because it does touch on so many different types of Batman and so many of the different themes of Batman. But I would also want to talk about like, okay, Peace got the shit. How can we make this better? How can we make this better? This would have been the perfect setup to give us a reason as to why Batman doesn't kill. And it's just such a mistake.
I think they were just afraid to go there. But the only good thing I think is it's made a hell of a base. So I think if we go forward, I think the second one we could really, as long as they don't fall in the trap of trying to force the Joker in to be the main villain.
Right.
You know, who the hell played that Joker anyways?
I don't know, but it looks like that was the element that was the tie-in from Gotham that was the strongest to me because it looked like the dude who didn't it? Yeah,
Jerome was Volskaya.
Yeah, it looks like Jerome, and because it's Batman, of course, there's like what 3 different Jokers,
a bajillion Jokers.
Yeah, there's a lot of different styles of Jokers, so they could still very much tie in the Joaquin Phoenix character.
Actually, I think that'd be the way I'd go. Make him an older Joker,
Hell yeah. We were talking because I just watched the original Batman at Johnny's house. And some of the scariest moments of Jack Nicholson as the Joker is when he puts on the human makeup.
Then he pulls that long ass gun out of it. That's just stupid.
I know. That's Tim Burton being Tim Burton.
It's like
I can't knock that
why is
right there.
This long ass revolver?
Exactly. But yeah, all the scenes where he's trying to look like a normal person are really the scariest scenes because those are also the scenes where he's like the most angry and intense and blah, 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 blah. You can tell he's dealing with how he looks now to the world, but still trying to be somewhat presentable, even because he knows he's a monster, but he's not fully there of being comfortable with looking like a monster. It's something about Batman has the best shit because it really, and I say this all the time, Marvel deals a lot with things that go on in the external world, politics, civil rights, even though people wouldn't be able to see that because Disney has taken a lot of that from the Marvel stories, unfortunately. But DC deals a lot more with internal struggles, issues of mental health, issues of trauma from the past. And that's that's really their strength. So I do like this movie so much because they focused on that with Bruce Wayne's character because that's been a forgotten aspect for him, you know? Give heroes flaws. Yeah, all the villains have become more relatable now because there's a reason behind why they do what they do, and all this bullshit of heroes have to be perfect. They can never make mistakes.
People make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, people make mistakes. Let the heroes make.
Even the best people make mistakes.
Exactly.
All right.
I was going to say, we ready to get into?
We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta get into the meat of the episode. All right. So moving on to our main watch hard topic.
Course.
Yes,
entree.
Exactly. I'm waiting for you to say it. I was gonna let you say it. I thought we need to talk about who's gonna introduce the movie for what week. The Mummy.
You picked it. I thought you were introducing it.
Oh yeah, I did pick it. Oops, sorry, I forgot.
That's why I was like waiting.
My brain. Look, I told you, I would have been perfect.
Starring Tom Cruise.
You fucking try. You know what's interesting?
What?
Tom Cruise was originally supposed to be casted for the film.
Really?
Yeah.
But he didn't get it.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon.
No, they were going to all of Hollywood A-list.
Yeah, all the Hollywood A-listers at the time.
So
They
we're
were
doing
all too fucking expensive.
Stephen Sommers, The Mummy, 1999.
Stephen Sommers, The Mummy. Yes. I don't know why I thought this film came out in 2000. It just made the 90s. I love it.
Yeah, the end. The tail end.
The end. Well, 90s movies kind of really like around 2002, 2003.
I remember, I'll tell you how I was exposed to horror movies at a young age.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, we went and saw a scary movie. We saw the Mummy. Like, the Mummy ain't scary.
Well, you know what? And this is what I liked about it. The Mummy is kind of like an all-around film.
Yeah, people said
there's like elements of
adventure
horror.
film.
See, for me, because you know my ass, I had all them older brothers and sisters who were always trying to get me to watch these. I think the first movie I ever remember seeing in theater was Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That movie sucks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't like that movie.
And you know what? It's terrible, but it's good. It's good. You
I
know,
don't think
it child. Anyways, because I could go, I could go off about Dracula. Me and Alexander was sitting there watching Dracula, like, yes, honey.
I was sitting there like, I just want this fucking thing to end.
Exactly, it's a girl thing.
And the last act,
it's a girl.
the last act just kept going.
That movie is porn for girls. I said what I said.
It wasn't very good.
Exactly. But it's deliciously dark and sensual. The story
Don't
is
get off
very
topic.
stupid.
Don't get off topic.
You're absolutely right. Let me not get off topic.
Reel it in.
Exactly. Well, no. You know what I like about this? To say, because there has been like this effort of Hollywood to redo some of the older horror stories. Yeah, and The Mummy, I feel like it's just so right because, they have been working on this script since 1987. They had kept trying to get it produced. With the first script that they went in was complete all around horror. They wanted to go with sort of a Terminator aspect, and it was going to be set in modern times in the 80s. The Mummy comes back, get some like Egyptian artifact, tries to destroy the world. It got tossed out, and they kept rewriting it. They brought in who's the one who likes to. What was the movie Death Proof and
Quentin Tarantino?
What's the other one?
Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez, I believe. They brought him in to work on the script.
That's called Grindhouse, by the way.
Yes, Grindhouse. Thank you. I remember Death Proof, but I couldn't remember the
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror. Yes, those were both really enjoyable, though. Those were fun to watch.
It was about 4 hours of movies.
Yeah, that was 4 hours of movies. They weren't that great cinematic or story-wise, but they were fun. They were an adventure. But they brought him in to do some rewatches things. Got too expensive. They were like, no, we're not trying to put that much money into it. Turned into a Hollywood like thing, like where it's supposed to be in Beverly Hills. Like, so The Mummy comes out in Beverly Hills, and it was supposed to be like some sex horror comedy, so like murder porn. And then like that ended up getting rewritten like 5 different times. And then finally, like on the last rewrite, they were like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Stephen Sommers called Universal. He said, look, I've been trying to redo a Mummy movie for quite some time, but I kind of want it to be more of like an Indiana Jones.
Because that's what it is.
Exactly. And that's why the studio kept kind of shutting down the other ones. They were like, this is too violent, it's too scary. It's too violent, it's too scary. We want an all-around picture. And they needed something because they was going through some flops at the time.
Yeah, let's see.
That second Babe movie.
Yeah,
they put so much money into that nobody liked.
I don't think. Babe, Pig in the City.
Exactly. So they told Sommers, they were like, okay, well we'll give you $15 million. We like your script. We like the ideas that you're going with. We'll give you $15 million. He's like, I'm gonna need $15 million just for the motherfucking special effects. I don't know what you guys want me to do, but they end up liking his script so much that the dude was like, okay, yeah, we could actually put some real money behind this because this one is going to, do well.
It worked.
It worked. It absolutely worked.
You casted it brilliantly.
You casted it amazingly.
Brendan Fraser, who's now turned into America's Golden Boy again.
Yeah.
He always was. He just disappeared for a while.
Absolutely.
You cast Rachel Weisz.
Yes.
And their chemistry.
She had to audition 4 times for that. They wanted to do an American Girl.
No, it works better.
I'm so good. I'm so glad they went with an English
because their chemistry carries that whole movie.
It really does. Their chemistry on camera is freaking gold.
Because you can tell as soon as they see each other, they got the hots for each other.
Yep.
But he's so gruff and in jail, and she's so like sweet.
Come on, Evie. It wasn't that good of a kiss. It was just one kiss.
Yeah.
Just one kiss. She all pissed off. You know you like that kiss, girl.
Well, he's all stuttery around her too.
Exactly. When she walks out and she has on the veil and like the desert makeup like, and she's getting it just works so well because of their chemistry. The whole cast had good chemistry.
They did.
The entire cast.
Even the supporting the cast, the Americans.
Yeah.
It all worked.
Vasu was the one who brought in the idea for an Ox in the Moon.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, there needs to be something more like for the mummy's character. There needs to be like some sort of love interest, which is interesting because in one of the script rewrites before Sommers came in, they did that and he kind of brought in the library girl aspect.
Yeah.
But there was an archaeologist woman who the mummy was falling in love with her because he comes back and he wanted to just destroy the world, but he ends up falling in love with this one archaeologist.
Oh, they did that.
Exactly. So they kind of scrapped that. And of course, Evie ends up with Rick and all of that stuff. And they had her brother character in there. And
Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely. Arnold was like, no, we still need, the mummy needs some sort of motivation for why he's doing what he's doing. Let's tie in a love thing, you know? Tie in a
It
Romeo
gets out of hand in the
Juliet.
sequel.
It does get out. It gets way the fuck out the hand. That sequel was garbage. I enjoyed it as a child,
but so did I, but that was a money grab.
Yeah.
You could see they took all the fun of the first movie.
Yeah.
And they tried to crank it up to an 11 with the bigger budget. But they didn't care.
It's not well thought out.
It's not.
Exactly.
There's a lot of puzzles like this wasn't well thought out at all.
Right.
Because they should have either just focused on the Scorpion King in the second one, or just not both.
Not both. Yeah, because you could have brought Emo back for like the third
or
one.
Or the fourth one. That's where you're like, oh shit, the mummy.
Exactly.
Emo
like,
comes
we thought
back.
he was the...
And he's super pissed.
He's
got 3 books now.
Damn.
There was a third book.
Book of Life, Book of Death.
Book of Undeath. It's a third book.
Ah!
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, and that's what kind of is unfortunate because, like I said, we've seen so many times of them trying to redo old monster movies, and here was one that actually worked, and you did have the bones in the foundation because we were at the genesis of Rick and Evie's relationship.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
There was so much that they could have built off of their.
I think also the huge time jump forward from Mummy 1 to Mummy 2 hurts the story. Because it jumps like 7 years.
It does.
Even though it was only released barely 2 years after the original.
And we've talked about this. The kid was totally superfluous.
Yeah.
It should have been Jonathan who got the braces on and got like, oh shit, we got to go save Jonathan because he's in this shit.
He's always in shit.
Go ahead and say that last line we was talking about because I told you that should have been the end. That should have been the end of the movie.
Where it was revealed that like that she should have been pregnant at the end of
the end of the movie. They're on the blimp. Yeah. They're flying away, and he says,
Rick should have been like, promise me no more mummies. And she goes, at least for 9 months.
Not for another 9 months.
Whoa! And then you can set up the kid in the later one.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It was just such a way to like set this up.
You know what really hurts the second one too?
What?
It's missing the best character.
Benny.
Benny! He is the weasel you love to hate.
He's so...
I hate him,
you hate him, but you love him.
Every scene he's in there, you know Benny's going to be the best part of the scene.
Absolutely every fucking time. Jonathan was... I'm blanking on the names. I had all the names for the cast. The actor who plays Jonathan...
Hammond.
Yes, John Hammond. He was asking...
not John Hammond.
Not John Hammond?
That's Jurassic Park.
I've been watching a lot of Jurassic Park lately. Isn't his name John as well, though?
His name's Jonathan in the...
I feel like his actual name... Stop looking down on the thing to make it seem like you ain't looking at
the camera on
Everybody
him.
Can see that we on our phone.
It's John Hannah.
I told you. I said John
I knew it wasn't Hammond. You said Hammond.
I said Hannah.
The founder of
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park. I didn't say
Park.
nothing about no ham. God damn it. Anyway... John Hannah was saying, he's like, I don't understand the point of my character. Like, I'm supposed to be comic relief, but Benny's kind of still in the show here. They're like, no. We need you to be the comment on the good side. But I love Jonathan's character. I love everything about Jonathan's character. Everybody has a relative like that as well.
He does.
But you're the comedy that's like silly, goofy fun. this is the comedy of like the fucking weasel rat, boss deplane. But like everything he gave to that character, Vinny is amazing. You're absolutely right. They tried to bring in Izzy. I felt like Izzy was supposed to be it because he was a little shiesty too.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a kind of mix of the pilot and
Benny. It didn't work.
It just didn't work. It kind of fell through. There was a little bit, I told you there was a little bit of an implied situation between Jonathan and Izzy. I was absolutely here for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was not a good movie.
That was not a good movie. But The Mummy was.
The Mummy was.
Everything about The Mummy works.
Well, first of all, what I like about The Mummy overall is it really feels like you're in like Egypt.
Absolutely.
Like it does. Like it gets built. The sets are great.
The sets are
The effects are dated, but you can't expect.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, 99 CGI.
I remember thinking those effects were so good. I remember it was interesting. You know how much I wasn't going to do it, but then it happened.
What?
But I'm not going to go into it too deep. For Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and I'm just going to, I know. Just the scene on the Quidditch pitch, it looks so fucking fake.
Yeah.
And this movie came out, 2 years before?
Yeah.
The Mummy came out 2 years before, and I remember just like, why don't they just give, who did the, was it?
Well, the effects work so well in The Mummy is they mix practical and CGI.
Yeah.
They use miniatures with CGI. To add detail. That's why it works so well.
Exactly. Yeah.
They use actually like the Mummy.
Yeah, they did. They used 3 different special effects companies to come up with everything.
That's why it works. There's certain scenes like when the locusts come in.
Is it IGL? Mm-hmm. One of those. Exactly. But yeah, absolutely. It's kind of multi-layered to where they incorporated computer shit, miniatures, actual prosthetics and makeup, and the tie-in together I felt like really worked. Especially for The Mummy.
Yeah.
Yes, Imhotep. Sommers was talking about it when he saw it as a kid. He remembered being so scared, but as
of Boris Karloff?
A Boris Karloff, and wrapped up in toilet paper. And he was just talking about how, like, over the years, it just became such a running fucking joke. Like, how the fuck were we scared of that? Blah, blah, blah. So he was like, I wanted to work with the CGI companies to make sure it came off as something that was like just really scary and menacing, and I feel like it really worked. I love the look. I love the process and the stages of his look after he sucked.
How he slowly his skin rebuilds
slowly, exactly.
Yeah.
And they made sure to leave like the holes in the face and shit.
Well, with the bug, the famous thing with the stupid
and he goes
and he chews it.
I love that.
Those beetles look so bad though.
I like the beetles.
They look so fake.
I like, like one of my biggest fears now. I'm just like, this seriously, was this a real thing?
No, they didn't go inside your foot, crawl and eat your brain.
It happened in a movie that I saw. So
I mean, there are stuff that can go in your head and eat your brain. That's
true. Exactly.
Like the brain eating.
I had a spider lay eggs in my ears when I was in middle school.
That did not happen.
Yeah, no, seriously. They had to just like take it out. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No,
it was just like nesting in my ear, just like, what's up?
Just get a Q-tip and poke it out. You have to go to a doctor for that. Just poke it out.
I know what was in there. I just knew my ear was freaking itchy, and I was
so you didn't get a Q-tip and just whack it?
No, I got the Q-tip. Just some regular fucking little wax came out. I was like, oh, but it ain't doing nothing.
So there's a whole spider in your ear.
Yeah, it's a little tiny spider.
How have I never known this?
Because it was some shit in middle school. You don't know a lot about my life in middle school. I was very popular. I was that bitch. No, the fuck I was.
I was like, that's a lie. I can tell. Why do you lie?
Lies, Manelli, lies.
No one is popular in middle school. Not even the popular kids are popular in middle school. True. Middle school fucking sucks.
Middle school does fucking suck.
It's the worst.
Somebody posted a thing of like middle school. They're like, oh, you're going to become an adult and you're going to miss this and you're going to want to go back.
Hell the fuck no.
I don't. Maybe college, but definitely not the fuck middle school. You and your locker.
First of all, middle school fucking sucks. Real off topic, real fast.
True.
Fucking point of view I have.
Absolutely.
You're too old for kid shit.
You're too old for kid shit.
And you're too young for adult shit.
Too young for adult shit.
So everything sucks.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know what? Let me not, because that's actually when I decided that movies was what I wanted to do. 8th grade. Because since I didn't have really much to do, all my cousins were all like in their 30s or like the second round of cousins because I was the last of the grandkids.
So you're in the middle batch.
Yeah, exactly. I was like 100%
I'm kind of
last of the grandkids. And then all the great-grands came up, but all the great-grands, the oldest was like 8. So I couldn't do anything with the great-grandkids other than fucking babysit. So when I was like by myself hanging out, I just watched movies all the fucking time. The Mummy, Harry Potter.
You watched Harry Potter?
No, I ain't never seen it. I ain't seen that. I know everybody likes it, but
dude, the reviews. Sorry to cut you off, but the reviews for Dumbledore's in. It's not good.
We knew this.
They said there's like no magic.
We knew this. It's just we knew this. Okay, first of all, Crimes of Grindelwald fixed the series because they brought in 2 of the most interesting characters, Lita Lestrange and Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. Those 2 people are gone. Those 2 people are gone. Which means now we're back to the original cast. It's literally all up to this.
Matt Mickelson?
No.
Oh.
No. One of Dumbledore's friends. She a black lady teacher at Ilvermorny. Yes. And
it's not going to save this movie.
And that's really it. It's up to her.
It's not.
Like, girl, you got the weight of the series on your shoulders.
The problem is, the real problem is they did the same thing they did for everything. Not everything in the goddamn Harry Potter universe has to revolve around those fucking same wizards. You have a whole world.
That part.
The Fantastic Beasts, where to find them, should have just been a fucking documentary series about magical creatures.
Exactly.
That would have been a lot more fun.
Absolutely. Just one movie that was a docu-series, like fake docu-series about like him going around and finding shit in the magical world. That would have been great. You feel?
That'd be magical.
That would be
fun.
Wonderful. Absolutely.
Everything,
absolutely.
And I think everything has to tie into a set of story. Like, okay, the prequels of Star Wars.
Yeah.
George Lucas wanted to tell Anakin's fall to the dark side.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Good.
Right.
But the second batch of movies, they still wanted to keep it with that goddamn Skywalker family, but didn't know how to do it. So
we want to keep with the Skywalkers, but we want to get away from the Skywalkers.
So it was just
pick one.
But also stop trying to link everything together. The story can continue without.
Well, truth be told, that was kind of one of the, and we've all talked about it. There are people who have wanted a Marauders movie. No, I don't need to see James Potter going around.
Pants and Snape.
I don't need to see that. Personally, I just don't. When they announced that they were doing the Grindelwald series, I was very excited for it, but I didn't expect it to include have the Fantastic Beasts on the backdrop.
It shouldn't have been the same thing.
It shouldn't have been the same thing. We could have had it be a nice, simple trilogy of Dumbledore's youth and just exploring, and that's who we should have centered around. Fucking either centered around Dumbledore or centered around Grindelwald. Nothing else.
Or both of them.
Exactly.
You could have
their fucking relationship.
Do kind of a Wicked storyline where they start off as friends and then divert into enemies.
Honey, they were a full-on couple.
Okay, start off as lovers and divert into enemies.
Exactly. You know what the breakup was? Dumbledore
one wanted to murder everybody and one didn't.
Dumbledore wanted the shit so he could actually become president of the Wizarding World and get shit together and blah 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 blah. Grindelwald wanted it to fucking fuck over humans.
That's what I said. And one wanted to murder everybody,
yeah,
and one didn't.
It was like, oh shit, we wanted the same things, but we wanted to do different things when we got it. Oops. Whoopsies.
I was saying, not everything. We got away from the Mummy again.
We did. We got away from the Mummy again. And this time it was your fault because I only went into Harry Potter for 2 seconds and then you popped it up all. See, that's the magic of Harry Potter. This is why I tell everybody, Harry Potter is Christmas shit because it just brings us all together. And that is,
I'm so sorry.
Yep, you did this. You know what? I should have said in my head, I could have thought of some other movie that had fucked up CGI, but that was the first one that came to mind because I remember sitting in the theater watching Harry Potter. I was like, why they didn't get the Quidditch CGI shit right?
Because remember, they didn't throw a lot of money at the first Harry Potter.
That's true. They didn't. They didn't throw a lot of money at it at all. They didn't think it was gonna make any money.
No.
Fucking stupid. Kids shit always make money. Come on now. All
especially that fucking thing was a gold mine.
Exactly.
I knew that shit was going to make money when all my dorky cousins were reading it.
Exactly.
I should say that.
Everybody in their
they were all cooler than me. But I didn't read that crap.
Everybody's cooler than you. But the best...
fucking lying, you know it. Fuck you. You and I are enemies now.
Hey, that would make the show a lot more interesting.
What?
We just start stabbing each other when we disagree because we're enemies.
No, because we can only do that a few times before one of us would die.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're running out of time.
We're running out of time? Yes, because there was so much more I wanted to talk about.
Keep going. We got 5 minutes of the Mummy.
We just went off into tangents. Shit, I done forgot all I was gonna talk about the mummy.
I thought you had so much more you wanted to talk about.
I did, and then as soon as I went back to it, like my mind went blank. But yes, they did. They got the CGI right. Steven Sommers like made sure of that. He worked with 3 different studios to make sure he got the looks together. The script he came up with, and I like that. There's a lot of you can see the elements of Indiana Jones that are in this film.
I always felt the Mummy kind of started a resurgence of its own genre.
Yeah,
for a bit.
absolutely.
It kind of started that PG-13 like adventure, like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Van Helsing,
which Sommers also did. Yeah,
but it kind of started that for like a short period, for like 3-4 years,
just like a little burst. We had eventually, and then they just went away because like hero stuff. You know, it just went the fuck away.
Well, not really, because Heroes didn't show up till
actually. Yeah, remember what they were trying to do to get away from hero stuff? All that goddamn cowboy stuff. Here comes the remake of 310 to Yuma. Here comes the remake. Here comes what Cowboys and Aliens and stuff.
Well, Aliens were
exactly. There will be blood. They tried to go.
There was kind of a Western. Yeah, it's kind of weird how Hollywood does that. Little resurgences here and there.
Absolutely, and it turned out the only one that actually worked was No Country for Old Men. That was the only Western that came out of that time that was actually
the remake of 310 to Yuma was pretty good.
It was okay.
I liked Open Range too. That's a little earlier though, but I like that scene at the end.
Exactly.
They shoot Kim Coates in the face.
You know what? Kim Coates. Yes, honey.
He was a bad guy.
I believe it. I'm his type. Sons of Anarchy.
I was like in the show you are.
Yes, I am.
In a fictional character's type.
Hey, Kim.
He's like, I've got like there's like a 15% chance he's not watching.
I told you that was the first part. That was the right. That was like the first like real kind of element of Sons of Anarchy that I kind of saw that kind of got me to the show was Venus Van Dam because her character came on, and God, I did an interview with him and I forgot his fucking name, the actor who played him. I'm so blanking. Oh my gosh. But anyways, Venus Van Dam, the character was just so fucking amazing. And just kind of really stole the scenes. It was like, I don't know what the show is, but I'm fucking watching it. Yes, ma'am. Like you can't remember his name either.
No, I can't.
Exactly.
But I wasn't gonna say it. I wouldn't even brought it up then.
Oh my gosh. It'll pop in my head as soon as we leave here. I'll be like, God damn it.
We did not.
Can you include that name in the show?
Just put it run like a banner.
Edit and post. Exactly.
Just change it like a robot sound.
God damn it. I'll have to go look at some of my old
Okay, well, let's get to Buzz in the Biz.
But I was going to say, just real quick. I wish that Universal had just gone on ahead and let Sommers do a couple of more of the old ones because Van Helsing, and we've talked about this, and I love Van Helsing, and there's a lot. I remember seeing Van Helsing, and it was like, there's a lot of elements in this that remind me, but that was at the time where before I was learning to actually look at the names in the roster and see who was involved. You know, they tried to redo it. They brought Tom Cruise back to be the Mummy, and apparently he saved that film because apparently it was a lot worse before he even came in. And I'm just like, if the film was fucked up, you should have just left it fucked up.
Well, the problem is
don't try to fix no bullshit.
The problem is that was trying to do 40. That was trying to do 40 things.
Exactly.
Instead of doing one thing well, they tried to do 40 things shitty.
Stop trying to establish universes in a first movie.
Well, because Iron Man doesn't do that. Iron Man is a cliffhanger for fucking Thor at the end. But it doesn't try to build into lore on Thor in the middle of the movie. Because remember, Josh Whedon had to add a scene in Avengers 2 about Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You got to put this scene in with everybody dead.
Stop that.
Stop it.
Stop that.
Buzz in the Biz. Come on.
Buzz in the Biz. Okay, so the big Oscars. So we'll talk about it in 2 sections. We'll talk about what happened at the Oscars. And we'll talk about what happened at the Oscars. So we'll start off with first the wins and the nights of the show.
You called?
I called it.
You called Best Actress.
Jessica Chastain through the eyes of Tammy Faye. I fucking called it. I called it. I saw her in this movie. I knew she was going to win it. It was her fucking year. And as much as I wanted to root for Kristen Stewart on your behalf,
I needed that. I really could have used that $50.
You really could have used that $50?
That would have gotten me out of some jams. That would have gotten me out of some jams.
I swear you made that bet with way more people than just Kelsey Ion. Because I felt like I used to hear you make that bet every single time. You would be like, I think Kristen Stewart's great. And girls and everybody at school would be like, "What? What's
She's gonna
wrong
be.
with you?"
She came into her
He's like,
own.
"She's gonna get an Oscar one day." And you're like, "No, the fuck, she's not." And I bet you $50, and they'd be like, "I take that bet."
Well, it's a
I
great
feel like
bet
that
for
at
me
least
because
happened
either
like
I
20
die
times.
and they don't get. I have to leave it in my will, I guess, to like all the people, I guess.
Yeah, that part.
And if her, she wins.
Absolutely. It's really hard because the Oscars just doesn't hold the weight that it used to.
No,
they
it doesn't.
toss
Award
awards
shows
to everybody like candy.
Well, no, there's no dominant
know?
films anymore.
Exactly.
There's no Lord of the Rings. There's no Return of the
Exactly.
King. There's just
Yeah.
wins,
Exactly.
wins.
This is like for me, the Oscars was my Super Bowl. I would get together every year. I would make a big dinner for like mom and like grandpa and whatever family was coming over, and I'd have my like little cue card or like little sheet of like who's gonna win what, blah 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 blah. The ones that I called. Yeah. You know, I always took a lot of pride in watching the Oscars. It was a good show. But now I don't understand the selection process. I don't understand a lot of the movies that are up there. And this has kind of been a problem for a while, but we talked about it. It's like they expanded the categories to include more independent films, but all the big studios just made like these shadow independent companies and movies that come out that are nominated for the Oscars, but they're not playing anywhere. I didn't know about Power of Dog until I saw it nominated. Yeah. And you know me, I go to the goddamn theater. Where are these at? They're only playing at the Landmark in fucking Beverly
some of them
Hills.
were just streaming like that.
Yeah.
The one that won, Coda, that's on Apple.
Exactly. And I didn't hear about that.
No, because it went on Apple.
Exactly.
But it's gonna,
how much did Apple pay for that?
No, I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be one of those movies that's forgotten about.
Absolutely.
It's a gimmick movie, and I haven't seen it, so I'm actually just kind of slandering it for no reason. But
well, I'm gonna watch it because I do like the actress who plays, I believe, the mother, the blonde. I'm blanking on her name, but I really like her.
Suffers from the same thing like the artist does. It feels like it was a win to say, look at this.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the fucking artist.
Yeah, it feels like the artist.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's become so much more about the messaging and less about the storytelling, and then all the business and the politics that goes with it. But storytelling is taking a back seat, and that's unfortunate.
And also,
that's
they also want to make sure nobody's upset, so everybody's a winner.
Exactly.
It really is. You get a trophy. You get a trophy.
You get a
trophy.
So
this film got for best actor. Absolutely. This one got for writing. This one got to write. Yeah.
And once again, it's they always want to beat up on our generation. Oh, you're the ones who got all the trophies. Yeah, you was the one passing them out.
Yep.
We didn't hand out those trophies to ourselves. You're the older people. You are responsible. This was not our fucking thing. It's not like we went up there and was like, yes, I'm taking this trophy because I participated.
Yep.
That was given.
And then we have one last thing to talk about.
I was going to say,
I mean, we're already so late on this. This shit's old as fuck now. No one cares.
No one cares. The Will Smith slap. Yeah. It was staged, but it was entertaining.
It was a work.
It was good to watch.
It was a work.
Yeah, it was totally a work.
They gave him his Oscar and they said, you're banned for 10 years. Don't come back.
Let me tell you something. Chris Rock has made a career making fun of black women's hair. So that shit was a long time coming. I was happy to see it, but it was totally staged. Why was it staged? Every year they have a new fucking incident that happens at the Oscars to help boost fucking views and fucking interest in the Oscars. Frances McDormand said some shit that made everybody pop the fuck off. The issue with fucking Moonlight, which is, come on now, this shit is so goddamn manufactured because you need people to watch it. And this year they needed something big because they wanted to take away from the attention of all the guilds protesting because they decided not to televise.
8 awards?
Exactly.
Something like that?
Some very important things.
Cinematography.
ABC wanted something entertaining and they fucking
they didn't
got
do
it.
Cinematography.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Score.
And I don't understand these. You know what? Disney has some great things that comes out of their creative division, but on the business side, they're just fucking evil. Why would you take that moment away? You know, you guys are in the fucking entertainment industry, but they know how these people work very, very hard. They work long hours. They're fucking underpaid. This is their one moment to actually receive the accolades for all their hard work, and you're gonna fucking take that away from them for entertainment purposes?
People don't care.
Child.
It's all about money.
Yeah, no, I know it's all about the money, but it's just like, damn.
Hollywood's always been about the money, but at least they used to be better.
No, I was going to say,
the studio system.
The studio system was all about the money, but they would at least leave the art to be done the way it wanted done. The only time they would really have a problem is if some shit went over budget or over schedule. Then they'd be like, okay, we're stepping in. Now they fucking manipulate and manufacture everything, including the fucking art and the entertainment aspects of it. Because they want to dictate what their profits are going to be. Every single aspect. You know, there's no room for the art anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate, you know. Not to end on a bad note, But that's really all I can really take from this Will Smith situation. Okay, now you're manufacturing shit because you need likes, because the shit that you fucking have done has pissed people off to where they just don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, also, first of all, it's fucking, the inflated runtime is killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start doing the awards, bang, 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 bang. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
How did you cut 8 awards and go over time?
Exactly.
Or 4 awards. They cut it. Jesus.
I don't know what they be doing that
Neither do I.
bullshit.
Well, we're out.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're out of time. We can wrap. I said what the fuck I have to say about the Oscars. The Oscars kiss my ass. Sorry.
I'm more of the Kids' Choice Awards.
I'm kind of going with the Golden Globes now.
Where the winners get slimed. Because kids
Slimed?
never lie. Kids' life always love the best.
You know what? That's very true. Kids' Choice Awards always. I love that in 30 Rock where Helen Mirren gets slimed at the Kids' Choice Awards. Could you just fucking imagine?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my! You know what? I went to Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards, and Will Smith won an album that year.
Well, good for him.
I think it was for like being an inspirational figure to kids or something.
He deserved that blimp.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, I'm Rhino.
And I'm Bobby Celine.
And this is Watch Hard.
Absolutely. Yet again.
Jesus.